find the domain and range of the function represented by the graph. In this first one, I notice there are just dots, so since they're just dots, we're just going to be finding the actual points. The domain is the x value, so this part is the domain, and the y values will be our range. So as I'm looking across, there's a dot at 0, there's a dot at 1, at 2, at 3, and at 4. So my domain is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my range is going to be looking at y values. Well, there are only y values at 0. There's no y values up at 1 or 2 or 3. So just the range is just 0. So if I pick the choice for that one, it will be, actually there's nothing at 4. So just 0, 1, 2, 3 for my range, and domain and range, 0 for my range. Well, it's hard to say. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, so I'm going to pick choice A for that one. Okay, problem 2, once again it's asking for the domain and range, and notice this time it's written a little bit differently. We know the domain is the x value, and the range is the y value. So the domain will have an x in it, the range will have a y in it. All right, so looking at the domain, I'm going to look the spread. So how far to the left does it go, and how far to the right does it go? So how far to the left does it go? The farthest left it goes is 1. The farthest to the right it goes is 4. So it's going to go from 1 to 4. We know we're going to put an x in it, and since there are dots on both of them, we get the equal sign underneath. So that automatically crosses off, actually all of them, except for C, but let's just make sure that we are set on that one. Okay, remember the range, we're just going to be looking up and down. What's the farthest down this graph goes? It goes down to -2, and then it goes up to 3. Well, maybe it's 2. It must just go up to 2. It stops at 2. Okay, and that was a y. And again, both circles are closed in, so we get to use the equal sign. So I look at the one that matches that, and it is definitely B. Okay, number 3, the amount of money you collect after washing X cars at a car wash and asking for donations is represented by the function y equals 6x plus 17. Find the domain of the function and determine whether it is discrete or continuous. Okay, so what's the fewest number of cars I could wash? I suppose that would be, well, first of all, I'm going to just think about this. Is it discrete or continuous? If I wash X cars, I can't wash half of a car, so I can only wash whole cars. So it has to be discrete. So I'm going to get rid of both continuous choices because it is not a continuous function. So it's either going to be 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3. I could wash 1 car, I could wash 2 cars, I could wash 3 cars. So it's going to start discrete. I would not choose A because I could have washed fewer than 6 cars and been okay. Right, number 4, find the value of x so that the function has the given value. N of x equals x plus 3, n of x equals 9. So what this question is asking for is, what should I put in for x to get an answer of 9. So I'm just going to try the choices. So if I have x plus 3, if I choose choice A, that would be plugged -12 in for the x. So -12 plus 3 would give me -9. That does not give me an answer of 9. So let's try B. -6 plus 3 gives me -3. That does not give me an answer of 9. 12 plus 3 gives me 15. That does not give me an answer of 9. So let's do choice D. 6 plus 3 gives me an answer of 9. So D would be the right answer. Okay, 5, determine whether relation is a function and explain. So if we try this one, I'm going to be looking at all the items, -3, -2, 0, 1, and 3. I notice that all of the items are different, so I don't really have to worry about them having two of the same items having different prices. So every input has exactly one output. So this is going to be a yes, and when it says to explain, we could say every input has exactly one output.